Hello everybody, thanks for checking out G4G's coverage of Marvel Avengers Alliance here on YouTube. Today for this video we're going to take a look at Chapter 10. And today's background soundtrack is brought to you by the StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty soundtrack. So, we have Chapter 10 and it actually dropped on a Tuesday. Interesting. Very odd day for release. Typically we get this stuff on a Friday. But we have a Tuesday release, which I guess that means that they fixed the bugs with Daimon already. Shout out to one of the members of the Adamantium process who has him unlocked already. I unfortunately have not had time to go through it yet, as I was kind of busy today hanging out with some people who wanted to see Arthas the cat, channel mascot. So, let's take a look at the gear that drops. And we'll discuss what we know. Now, from what I'm hearing is that the Hercules Constrictor heroic battle's quite tough. And I believe something with Magneto and maybe Mr. Fantastic has also been proving kind of tough too. So, Mission 1 looks like we go up against MODOK. And we have the Psionic Rifle. It hits one enemy. Pretty decent PvP bonus. Psychic Energy Range Gun that does deadly crits, migraine, and mental anguish. So this is pretty similar to the custom only for killing that drops way back in Season 1. Where was that one? I think it was Season 1 where it dropped. I happen to have it, and it's always been a very good gun. Basically, it does what pretty much exactly what Emma does. Now, let's compare the two over here, because the custom only for killing can definitely be farmed. So there is nothing stopping you from getting it. It's not like it's an older gun that we need a current replacement for, because we can't get the old one anymore. Alright, so here, mine is low level, 171. Yeah, it's exactly the same thing. High crit, psychic energy. It is pretty much the custom only for killing. 1788 stamina. Let's take a look at this stamina over here. Lower stamina. So, with no cooldown and whatnot, I'm not really too sure what is the point of that over the COFK. But, of course, this is only the normal version. We don't know what the heroic one is like. Mission 2, we have Ultron, and we get the personalized Singularity Matrix. A 1-round cooldown buff tech. It's quick action, it is subtle, and this one reminds me of the Small Hadron Collider to a slight degree. One-time use, you get flawless execution, attacks ignore avoidance effects, critically hit, ignore defense, requires and replaces master planning. So it does seem to be somewhat similar to the Hadron Collider. Could be interesting. We have the Sentinel Cannon, a fatal blow, ranged gun tech, so that means this thing's going to be popped by the Deb quite a bit. Again, we don't know what the heroic versions of these are going to be yet. Over here, this is the one with Captain Magia, douchebag over here. Count Nefaria. So this one we're going to get the Ionic Siphon. Applies only to self at a 3-round cooldown. Restores health when damaging a target. My guess is that the heroic version of this, or the challenge version of this, is going to be a quick action, because this will consume a turn to use it. And unfortunately, with it not having any buff categories, Snappy Service won't help. So it's just simply energy and tech. Restores health when damaging a target. Could be interesting. Here we have the Mandarin, and we get a Mandarin-ish style ring. Buff, magic, and tech. So this can, of course, become a quick action with Snappy Service. And again, my guess is the heroic version does make it a quick action. Applies Dark Void and Disoriented when attacked and hit by a single target attack. Applies a heal while the Dark Force is active. It is removed when you are attacked and hit. So my guess is this is actually very similar to Daimon himself. 4-round cooldown, really big. Here we have the handheld fan blade. One enemy gets pain and you get incoming damage is reduced and you counter attacks. Very similar to the golden fan. Could be interesting. Not too sure what the custom or the challenge mode version of this would be. Maybe a bleed in there. But since this is slashing, Black Knight of course can turn this into a bleed for you. And here for the premium mission, which requires Deathlock, we have another epic boss over here, which is Mr. Sinister against Deathlock. Finest formula, ranged and buff. You get build up, and this is kind of nice because there's not a lot of things in the game that give build up. The good thing is it can be targeted on anybody. They get cosmic energy, force fields, recuperation, regeneration, or terrorizing boost. Again, my guess is it becomes a quick action. Maximus perplexing device. All enemies are disoriented. A kind of big 3-round cooldown for this. Nothing fancy here on this one. We do have a lot of these already. And that is pretty much it. So I'm going to jump in and play a little bit of this mission over here. MODOK and Man-8 have banded together to try to capture the Vibranium Mound while Wakanda security forces are dealing with an incursion. I'm gonna have to handle this one without Black Panther's help. So maybe Storm's getting involved with this one, which is pretty cool. Defeat 5 AIM soldiers. So this is definitely pretty cool due to the fact that, you know, on the stream lately we'd been speculating, will they completely write mutants out of the game from future stuff, like their heavy involvement? But it seems like they're not. I mean, if we're going to be dealing with Storm, maybe we won't be. So I pulled Lizard and Kraven off the flight deck. My Kraven's done a bunch of simulators recently. I've discovered that I can't quite have Red Hulk carry both Kraven and the Lizard and have them live, but he could definitely carry one of them and then somebody else like Psylocke. So my Lizard's 12. My Kraven is now 7. I have the new Scrapper suit on, which has been a lot of fun. I don't really have any melee to go with it right now, but I do have the Grim Rifle, so we'll get to see that in action. It'd be better suited if I brought the Tactician, no pun intended suited. It'd be better if I brought the Tactician for this with having the blaster, because then I can get to do multiple things, but this now applies strengthen to the team. And we can see, because there was a melee shot there, there was an extra little pop of the static charge. And that is because single target attacks are guaranteed to critically hit. Unarmed attacks gain shocking. Melee attacks gain charged attacks, triggering. So it wasn't the unarmed attack that went off there, but the melee attack component of it went. So as you can see, pretty handy. So we're going to go with a range trap. And here's what I call squatting in the bushes. It's Kraven taking a dump. So if this portion of the music sounds slightly familiar, that is because this is likely a Jesper Kid soundtrack. And a lot of his music for Borderlands sounds very similar to this particular theme. And you can see the little trap went off over there. That is because that was the next ranged attack. Lizard and Kraven do work out really nicely together. Their passives are okay, but it's their, it is their shared, like the regeneration and the target and everything that work out pretty well. So now that I've applied bleeds to this guy, Craven, of course, is going to like that. And I'm going to hit him with the Grim Rifle. Now, you're going to see the Administrator will pass his turn. Or not, because we're just going to kill him really badly. Okay, so much for that. But you got to see the suit in action a little bit. And had I not killed that aim soldier, the Grim Rifle would have had him stunned for 2 rounds, provided nobody else attacked him. So it looks like we need Captain Marvel. In that artwork there, it always reminds me of one of the members of the show Modern Family, that actress who plays one of the moms in Modern Family. They look so similar. We'll see if we can get to use the gun here on this one. What I'll try to do is... Alright, so I'm going to get everybody bleeding, and then I'm going to shoot Captain Hammerlock over here, up top. And what should happen is... I might kill him because I attacked the Administrator. Okay, good. So you see how he passed his turn. And that is because the knockout gas. So, unfortunately, that probably ruined the knockout gas right there. But I'm still going to try to walk around the hunter and see if he stays stunned. He might be unstunned because Craven did that pre-counter, which was AoE, but let's see what happens. Well, he just died. As you can see here, the Lightning Strike, or the Storm Herald, I believe is the non-quick action version, is going to work out really well with this suit. And I think this suit and this combination with Victor and Burb teams are going to be good. And apparently Victor gets an ISO in this chapter, which is going to make him even more obnoxious. So I definitely do believe we're going to see a rise of Victor Burb teams, especially on defense. Victor Thor's La Mancha teams. But alright guys, so there is a look at Chapter 10. There is definitely going to be some interesting challenge rewards here. I'm not really too sure what's going to be so hot about this gun compared to the custom only for killing, but considering this gun doesn't have a cooldown, if you're a tactician attacking a blaster, you can still be able to hit 2 people. But, hey, it gives something for people to farm in Emma's nerf and everything. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take care. And if you've been a fan of my stream on Twitch, where I normally stream PvP, throughout at least the beginning part of this chapter, I will try to dedicate time to streaming fighting chapters here up until I get Daimon's worthy outfit. So, take care everybody. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out.